What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So if you guys follow me on IG, for those of you that do notice that I pretty much had a pretty serious incident at the track. So what ended up happening was, at the track all my rear control arms gave out. So it was potentially just one that was already cracked, had a cracked clevis, I think it's called. And then so obviously with that going out, it caused all my other ones to give out. That's the toe arm. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is the traction arm, so that's non-existent. And then this is my camber arm, so this one took the meanest impact out of all of them. So I'm getting replacements. Everything is going to be good as new. I'm going to put those up for sale, and I went with some ISR Pros. Pretty much the car is literally good right now, I guess you can say. It's drivable, but like, I don't want to leave it like this because this can cause much bigger failures down the road if I leave the frame, the shock, and everything else the way it is currently, because the bushings went out. The mounting points on the subframe for the lower camber arm are pretty much like cooked and cracked. So I want to avoid all that stuff for the future and just get everything out the way properly. So yeah, I picked up a new subframe from my local part plug, and I just finished roasting the subframe bushings because I'm going to be putting solid billet ones in this. Yeah, it's a really good subframe. Like, everything on that is like brand new. So right there, I already hammered it. I managed to smack it back into position, but I just don't want to leave that like that. It's that's just not meant to be like that. So yeah, if I take this toe bolt off, I can show you guys later. There's a crack going along this whole spine right there on the subframe. So I just really want to avoid future inconveniences. So yeah, my axle got toasted. That's literally like not even existent anymore. And then my coilover mounting point on the knuckle is literally like, focus, see if it can focus. That bushing literally got torn up because of how much the wheel got sucked in. And obviously, like, clearly the wheel got completely effed. So yeah, it is what it is. It's all a part of the game. Thankfully the brand and the company is recovering all the damage, because I did not hit anything, surprisingly. I did not smack into nobody all day. I did not hit anything. I literally touched nothing but flat pavement. So it was so random and weird for it to just give out like that. So I was honestly more surprised than even worried. But it's a good lesson. I learned my lesson to upgrade to better quality parts, so that won't happen again. But yeah, my shock took a pretty decent gash. I'm gonna be taking the coilovers out as well, obviously, so I can be able to properly inspect it and check to see if the shock is hopefully not bent, because if it is, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it in like that, because that could probably cause more issues down the road. I honestly want to even see if I can be able to turn that collar and adjust it. I mean, if I can't, no biggie, I'll just match the other side. But like, yeah, it looks pretty it looks pretty gashed. But I do have an extra ring, so if I manage to get it off, I'll just go ahead and swap that out real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I mean, as much as damage right there. Obviously the frame got scored from the traction arm getting crushed in. So excuse my filthiness, but I am so freaking just pissed right now. Like, I don't think there's anything more annoying on earth than this whenever you're working on a car. So everything's off. Everything drives, everything's off. Literally the subframe is ready to come down. The last freaking bolt, it had to be the last nut holding the subframe in, just completely decided to strip. And I am honestly I'm so irritated right now. But I'm gonna go buy an extractor kit. So, and it sucks because it's a long bolt. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm so freaking irritated right now. Shit's annoying. Like, I can do with anything, but like whenever it comes to anything just getting completely stripped, and especially a very hard to reach location and something that's like, I'm talking about like impacted down, that's not gonna be fun to take off. I already know that, but I'm gonna go buy an extractor kit. I'm gonna go get an adapter because I literally snapped my 1/2" to 3/8 adapter, and then see if I can get it off. I'm also gonna grab food because I am starving. What's going on, guys? So this is actually now day 2 of the subframe drop. I still haven't got it out, so I managed to thankfully pick up a extractor deep socket from one of my friends. He happened to have them, so he lent me it, but I was so just tired because I drove around for literally 3 hours on top of having to grab food because I was hungry. I drove for 3 hours looking for a deep 19 mil extractor socket, and I'm telling you right now that is non-existent. Like, if you go to any hardware store, I don't know if there's specific stores that just don't have it listed online or what, but like nowhere had these deep sockets. And the Irwin ones, the commonly known ones, they only go up to 16, so obviously that wouldn't work for me because the boat's a 19. But this is now day 2, so I have 2 extractors. I'm gonna try to get it off with that. Really just keep my fingers crossed and praying it comes off. If it does not, then I am gonna cut the entire outside of the bolt and just legitimately cut the nut in half and split it open, because I don't know if you guys can really see right there. Yeah, it's terrible, and it's in a very tight spot, so it's like I really have no space to play with. So like, I gotta cut out this whole section, and then on top of that I gotta cut the nut. So like, pain and annoyance, but it is what it is. Hopefully, just really praying we get that off. And my biggest worry is to not ruin the actual subframe bolt, because that is, from what I know, that's not replaceable. That's legitimately like welded into the frame of the car. It's all structural, so like, this sucks. Like, I'm really bummed out about this, but it is what it is. Hopefully I managed to get it off, so I'm gonna get to it. I found my other battery, so I might do a little time lapse to see if I can get that bolt off. So I'm gonna set up the camera right here and then get going. Alright, so FedEx just dropped. What am I saying? It's early. I'm tired. Anyway, FedEx just dropped off my bushings, my solid ones, so I'll open those later because I don't need them right now. I have a new axle as well because I'm not cooked, so like I have to replace it right now. I am completely about to lose my head here. So I am now not 1 but 2 adapters down, and that bolt, I don't know how I got so seized, but that bolt does not want to come out for the life of it. So I am unfortunately left with no other choice at this point, because I cannot think of any other way to get off the bolt besides just cutting it. So I am gonna cut the entire perimeter of this to access the nut. All right, so progress has been made. Finally up, I got the nut off. I ended up cutting it, obviously. That literally honestly didn't even do much, because I managed to get the little extractor my friend let me borrow, and I kind of just managed to, I don't know how to explain it. It was like it's a really weird rhythm I did with the ratchet to like kind of get it to break loose, and it just literally broke loose, and I was so happy. But yeah, that was really the only struggle to get out the subframe, because everything else was already out. So subframe literally just fell out. My caliper's just hanging in there under the little wires, and got a whole bunch of stuff going on right here. But I'm gonna get to loading this thing up onto this little roller that I have, and then flip it over, pull everything out, and then after that, just start swapping things over, and then hopefully we can be able to get this done today. If I can be able to manage, if I can be able to get this entire subframe assembly assembled today and get the bushings in, I will be absolutely happy. And honestly, I can probably even be able to get it in and then just hook everything up tomorrow, and then go. I gotta pick up another brace because I broke that one. I obviously gotta pick up different hardware because the boat's pretty sliced through. So yeah, I'm gonna quit talking. I'm gonna just get to swapping everything over. So hopefully this goes smooth. All right, so we're moving at a decent pace. Literally half my boats were just completely stripped, and I managed to get this one subframe boat out, but man, was that thing jammed in there. Like, it was not coming out. I just sprayed it with PB Blaster. Not even the impact was breaking loose, so I had to grab a breaker bar, just like maneuver it. Thankfully got off. This car's been annoying. But now I just gotta pretty much pull out my poly subframe bushing from this subframe, and then pull off everything else, swap everything over. I gotta make a trip to the junkyard and grab a few bolts and bits that I need, so hopefully I manage to find everything I need. Come back, assemble the other. All right, so diff is out, control arms are off, everything else is disassembled. Everything left is the uppers, knuckles, and that's pretty much it, and then taking out the bushing. So I'm gonna put this on the roller so I can be able to flip it over and be able to get the control arms off from the top. Makes it 10 times easier. And then just start swapping everything over. Gotta swap over everything from this knuckle to that knuckle because I have my dual caliper bracket sandwiched in there. So I gotta add my ARP heads to everything, the wheel hub, everything. I gotta put on that one because this one got cooked.
What we do here is go back.
Come on, man. Fuck. Bro, this stupid ass thing is fucking pin. Finally got back from the junkyard roughly around an hour, probably a little bit more ago. So I got started on assembling the new subframe. I got the uppers on. I got to tighten that spindle onto it because I did loosen it, but I was like, why am I loosening it when this is the knuckle that's not gonna come off? Got a whole bunch of new hardware. Got all the OEM bolts. Everything is legitimately like brand new. I mean, obviously it's used, but you know, I got it all for free, so I can't complain. Got new diff bolts as well, new subframe bolt. I got extra just in case. So yeah, right now I'm assembling the new. Wow, this is clean. Dang, I just seen this from before. This ham and this spindle assembly is so much cleaner than mine, but yeah, I'm assembling the new rear passenger side knuckle. So I gotta swap over all my dual caliper stuff and assemble the handbrake and put the wheel bearing in with my ARP studs. The old one is over there. So I got the new diff pushing out the old subframe, the one that I already done, because I had polyurethanes in the old subframe, which is over there. So that one came out easy, thankfully. Exterior. Right there, yeah. Anyway. So I gotta take out the OEM one out of this new subframe, all the bushings, and then put the new bushings in. And then I'm pretty sure once that's all together, it's all a matter of just tightening up everything, and then the whole subframe should finally go back in. But I'm gonna get to it and assemble this just like that. And just like that, the entire knuckle assembly is already back together. Got the wheel hub in, handbrake, dual caliper, everything's back together. So now slap that onto the subframe and the upper control arm, put the all the other control arms in, and then after that is just getting all the bushings out and putting new ones in, and then hopefully everything else from there should go pretty smooth and we could be able to get the subframe in. So alright guys, so it's pretty dark already. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm super tired already. It's already like 9 o'clock. We've been literally going at it all day. Can't see nothing, it's dark. I'm try to flashlight. So I managed to get all the control arms on, the new subframe, knuckle assembly, got the diff, got the new bushing in, all that good stuff. So now tomorrow should just be the axles. Got to tighten up a few things, then just getting out the old bushings, and then this thing should be ready to party. What up, y'all? Welcome back to now day 3 of this entire subframe rebuild slash swap process. So as you saw last night, I managed to get on the new knuckle, all the control arms, the diff, got the poly bushing into the diff. That side's done, e-brake cables are lined up, so everything now is just a matter of putting the axles in. I still got to tighten a few things, and then I have to take out the old bushings, put the solid ones in, and then hopefully from there this should hopefully all just slide into the car. And then I think I got to retread one of the bolts, so I got to do that as well. But yeah, we're making progress, we're getting there, you know.
I gotta see the hope either way. I gotta free the folks where I lay. I gotta show the light to the weak. Dodging the fake, won't get a leg.
Okay, so I had previously removed this nut because I originally thought I had to remove this whole assembly, but then I remembered that this is the knuckle that's staying on, so what's the purpose of taking off this whole assembly if it doesn't need to come off? You guys get what I'm saying? But so I initially thought I had to take that off, and then obviously the nut was halfway off already because I was trying to take it off, but then I was like I said, there's no reason to take it off. So then I tried tightening it again, but the whole entire bolt was so rusted and just seized that it was just spinning and spinning. And as you guys saw, I was trying to use a jack to kind of wedge it so it can put some pressure on the bolt to see if it could hold it and tighten it, but that did not work. But I ended up just taking it off. I wedged something between the bushing and the knuckle, but yeah, it's super rusted. I got it off, but it was super rusted, so you guys saw I went ahead, sprayed with some WD-40, wire brushed it, cleaned up the threads, and then it went on perfectly fine. So if I ever do need to replace this arm, it makes it 10 times easier knowing that I already took it off and the threads are cleaned up, so the nut should be able to just come off. Everything under the car is such a pain to do because everything is so rusted out. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but all my fuel lines, all the nuts, bolts, they're like literally just like rusted. And for one, that's the main reason why I just drift this car, and I really don't care about it too much because, you know, it's pretty rusted out. I mean, obviously, I've replaced everything under the car's new, but the reason why I have so many issues working on this car is because it's a New Jersey car, and it was, from what the previous owner mentioned to me, it was in an auction. Therefore, who knows the back history of this thing, who knows how long it's sat for, who knows who owned it, but you know, I'm here to fix it up, and I love this thing. So yeah, it's just super hard to work on because of how rusted and corroded everything is. Even the parts that I've replaced are sometimes hard to get to just because everything around it is just so corroded and just like, it's a pain, but you know, gotta work with what we have. So right now I'm putting the axle assembly back together. Alright, so I guess the camera got tired, but axles are officially in. Everything's looking good. Everything's back together. I just have to put the sway bar now, get my exhaust hanger off the old one, and then after that I'm pretty sure we're ready to just go ahead and flip this whole entire assembly over, get the bushings in, and then slip it onto the car. So hopefully the bushings don't take too long, but we're making good progress today. I'm happy. So I originally thought these were going to be a lot easier, kind of similar to the diff bushing, and I'm going to warn you right now, these are the hardest bushings I have ever attempted to take out. Like, I don't know, it's just like the way they were designed to be, just obviously pretty compressed in there to the point that are pretty much made to never come out. I don't know what the case is, but these are the most impossible bushings I ever take out. So I'm literally down on the first one. It's almost halfway out. I still have 3 more to go, so that was absolutely horrible to take out. I'm going to be completely honest. But we got it out. Alright, so forgot to start recording, but we got all the bushings out, thankfully. After I got the first one out, I found a pretty solid strategy. So you just like cut 2 slits and then the whole thing should pop out. Just hammer it out. All the solid ones finally in place. Everything is assembled now. Sway bars on, axles are tight, diffs tight. Everything is on and ready to go into the car. So I am pretty bummed because I took apart my coilovers, took them out. Let me turn the music down. Unfortunately, that one's still good, but this one right here, it's not noticeable. It's not gonna be noticeable on camera. I have to upload a picture, but this one did get bent. The shaft got pretty hit at a, you know, with a decent amount of force to the point that it did bend the shaft. I'm gonna contact BC and to see if they can get me a replacement shaft or something, because I mean, thankfully it didn't affect the driving much, but I definitely do not want to leave that like that. Alright, so I completely forgot to record, but we got the subframe in finally. Thankfully everything, well, not really smooth. Most of the bushings actually slid out, so I had to kind of compress in the back end, but overall it wasn't too bad. Did hurt myself quite a bit. Dropped the brace on my knee, but it is what it is. Everything is finally back in though. All the bushing bolts are tight. The only thing left is to hook up the coilovers, the brakes, drive shaft, exhaust, and then this thing should be ready to party. So I'm gonna just start getting that knocked out, and then hopefully manage to see if we could be able to even roll it today. That would be awesome if I can manage to get this. Alrighty, so we are officially done. Like, everything is back on. This hanger is kind of slipping, but you know, it's like meant to be like that. Everything's tightened down. Oh, I do need to tighten those down, but it's not doing my words. All the brakes are hooked up, pads are in, cross member, exhaust. Everything is thankfully finally in the car and back together. So now the moment of truth is to put it on the floor, pull it out the garage, and see how it feels. My camera died, by the way, so that's why I didn't continue recording. But I'm gonna put the wheels on, put this thing on the floor, probably put my rear bumper on, and then turn it on. It's been like 4 days, so it's gonna be cold. And then pull it out the garage. So I'll get back to you guys once the wheels are on. That was weak. Just like that, wheels are on, car's on the floor. So I am gonna have to play with the ride height a little bit because I don't know if it's because of the subframe bushings due to the fact that the car was probably in the air for so long and the coilovers probably got stretched out. I don't know, but it's very, very high, like way higher than I remember it being. Like, I don't mind it being raised, but like, this is a lot. I don't like this, so I'm gonna just pull it out, see how it feels. I guess I could be honest to say that I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what to expect. This is my first time putting this into the car back together. Obviously, you guys have been through it all. It's a 3-day video, so if you guys stick through it all, you guys are awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna pull it out, see how it feels. Pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna put on the bumper in a bit, but I just want to get it out the garage. This thing looks so aggressive with no rear bumper and the freaking wow, okay, so literally right off the bat, this thing feels absolutely different. Like, it is so, like, it's stiff. That's the only real way to explain it. Like, it's extremely stiff. I definitely don't feel all the clunk that I used to feel inside my drivetrain, so that's good, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna take a bit of getting used to this solid rear end. It's definitely a major difference compared to before with the OEM, obviously. So all right, I'm gonna take it out for a test drive, see how it feels. I don't have anywhere to mount the camera, so I'll give my honest reviews and opinions when I get back. So catch you guys in a second. All right, guys, so this is gonna be the end of the video. I did forget to record right after I went for the test drive. It does have a small little clunk noise. From what I noticed, it only happens when I turn on that side or initiate the hydro going forward. Surprisingly not backwards, but yeah. I don't know if it's probably just my axle. I don't know. It feels kind of weird. So I'm definitely going to check that out before I drift the car at the next event. But man, I highly recommend any of you that are looking to do a solid setup on your subframe, definitely go with solid subframe bushings. Polyurethane is probably the best option if you do like to enjoy your car and daily drive it, but I mean, thankfully it definitely made a major, like, I'm talking about like a day and night difference, because before you can kind of feel like the whole rear end jittering with the OEM bushings. You probably know how I feel, especially after wet diff and your rear end is locked up. Whenever you're turning, making a sharp turn or U-turn, it's kind of like, you can feel your rear end just kind of shift. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just like more of a feeling rather than an explanation. But yeah, now it feels like super just tight and gripped up. Like doing a U-turn right over here, I can already feel the major difference. Sorry, Mom, I don't know why, kind of out of breath here, but alright, so anyway, like I was saying, so when I was doing the sharp turn over there to park it, I can literally feel the tire just completely gripping the road. Like, it did not skip, it did not hop, it just all axle and tire and, you know, drivetrain. So I definitely recommend for any of you trying to go with a solid setup, upgrade your diff bushings and your subframe. Do it all at once. Don't go from step B skipping step A, like you know how they say. Just literally do them all. You're gonna thank me later, but it makes a night and day difference. But yeah, definitely recommend the ISR solid ones. I'm gonna try to get this video up this week because I am busy with school right now, and I did have a plan to have the car dropped off, so I gotta get working on this before I can do anything else on my car. And of course I gotta get my schoolwork out the way too. There's a lot going on. That's why I haven't been uploading many videos, because I've been just super busy with, you know, life in general. But I can't complain. I'm thankful to have the opportunity to do what I love every day and wake up, so can't complain. I'm healthy, breathing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you want to see more. I will try to get more content out there, promise you guys. I'm gonna try. I have my camera now, so it's gonna make it much easier. It's just the only thing that holds me back is my editing. Most of my edits probably won't be as fun as they used to be because I don't put as much effort in editing. I just put the video together so I can put a video out. But yeah, I'll probably vlog the next event, hopefully bring you guys out with me, and then see how the car holds up. So stay tuned for that. Until next time.